Hey everybody, what's up? It is a new episode of that one show that used to be on all the time, but then disappeared and then came back for a little bit, then disappeared. The Professional Triers is back with JR, me from Mattos Designs, and Brian from Mattos Designs. What's up, Brian?
Hey, JR. It's definitely been a minute
It's been a
or
little
two.
while. Does this even sound right? Like, are we screwing this all up?
We're gonna screw it up no matter what.
Yeah, because
You want to do one of your test voices?
no, I don't. Not at all. No, maybe. Let's see.
My name's Chill.
Oh, and that guy's still here, but
Oh, there,
you
yeah, he's
probably
still
won't use
here.
them too much. But yeah, there's the whole 27 voices of them.
We got to learn the buttons
Yeah,
on him again.
I'm gonna be pushing the wrong buttons all night. But yeah, so the first episode back from a long break, we are not gonna have a guest. It's just gonna be me and Brian. We got a lot of catching up to do. Brian, what have you been up to?
Work,
Damn,
tons of work. I got a boss that keeps coming out with all kinds of new stuff that's awesome. So
enough with that. But like, what else? You went on vacation.
did family came up, my mommy came up, and my brother, my best friend, and I just kind of sat back and ignored my phone, and it was kind of nice. Although in the back of my mind, I'm sitting there thinking about how many times my phone went off while I was on vacation. But no, it was good. We went and seen. I even saw some stuff in Montana that I hadn't seen before. So I've only been here since what 2001, I think. Yeah, December 2001.
Was there actually no snow, so you saw the ground?
No, there was snow when I drove in. I had an 88 Jeep Wrangler that I rolled up into town with, and I'm glad I had that 88 Jeep Wrangler with 35s on it. So,
35s, those are small.
well,
But
I
yeah,
mean,
big
come on.
now because
Yeah. Well, everybody's
no more
going.
fun toys.
Yeah. But no,
I
that
did
was
learn
really
one
good.
thing that we should not go on vacation at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, that
There was
was
like
kind of bad timing.
that 3 day overlap. And yeah. And then you couldn't tell me what I was doing or what was going on before I got back, before you went on vacation. That was great. That was
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Um, but of course I didn't want to go on vacation, but I had to go on vacation.
Oh, yeah, right. Come on. I saw that trip.
It was good. It was a fun trip, but it
Oh,
wasn't what I
yeah.
would plan. You know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was hard going on the trip where I couldn't have my phone and actually get work done.
Yeah.
I am surprised the Evos got finished in time for Expo.
Yeah.
Well, they were pretty much
We
done.
were close to be, other than the final
Yeah, there
say
was
so
just
on it.
a couple
Yeah.
changes, which the couple changes that I made before we went on the cruise, nobody's have seen yet anyway. So
Yeah.
they'll see that when they get them. But yeah. So you had a good vacation?
It was good. It was very good. So thank you for leaving me alone for the
Yeah.
most part.
Well, Brian for sure had to like, because technically I got two vacations. Because like a good, I don't know, 3 weeks before that, I have to find out through Snapchat and all this other stuff. Not Snapchat. I had to find out from Messenger from somebody who found out from a Snapchat that Brian had to go to the hospital. And then,
Oh, that was nothing.
yeah, of course it was nothing
Yeah.
because he doesn't tell anybody anything. But then
Then copycat.
I had to outdo Brian and go to the hospital. And at
Yeah.
least with Brian, they knew exactly what happened.
Yeah.
He just didn't tell anybody what happened, right?
No.
With
No.
me, we still don't know what happened.
I gotta tell you, I can't find anything physically wrong.
In what, a week, 5 days,
Yeah.
4 days?
Yeah. By Wednesday you went in there again.
Yeah. So I had the what the nurse said, like the $2 million checkup, and I've passed every single test with flying colors. The only thing that's wrong with me is I have like a little bit of arthritis in my hip, but that's understandable because I have a bolt in my hip from falling racing BMX. So I don't know. I still have problems here and there.
You shouldn't have felt so much.
Got you some brine wax for your BMX.
Maybe it's that. So yeah, I took another 2 weeks off before I took a week off for actual vacation. And then that kind of snowballed into being behind on a bunch of stuff,
Yeah.
which I feel really bad about being behind on the metal. Normally we were already shipping metal. Most people are already getting their metal, and we're getting the emails of like, hey, UPS messed this up and it scratched it.
Yeah.
We're only getting some metal out right now because we're getting whatever's done at the powder coater, trying to just push stuff out. You're gonna get multiple shipments, but I kind of screwed up. One, I ordered metal from a different place for a better price, even though we've been ordering metal for like 50, 60 years from the same place. These guys said they could beat them. So we did that. And then they were late. And
Didn't
then,
deliver.
with me always thinking, I'm always like, oh, let's make this a little bit better. Let's make this a little bit better. And then pushing off like full production on certain things because I was like, we need to make this better because people complained about this last year. So I did that too long and I screwed us up big time. Everything's at the powder coater now. All right, 90% of it's at the powder coater now. There's a few things that,
Trickling.
well, like the new tilt up trees, they're all there yet. We're still working on them because I last minute changed everything about them literally at that last minute before we started making them all. If you would have noticed at Expo, sorry, I haven't done this in a while now. I can't even talk this much.
Listen to me, I'm already losing my voice.
At Expo in LOR, there was a 12-foot tree. Looks similar to my 8-foot tree, but was not the same. Because that was version 3 of the, what are we on? Version 5, the actual production version of a tilt-up tree. So there's a lot of things. A lot of things are better this year. A lot of things are going to be easier. A lot of cool little like add-on accessories to make things better that need to go onto the site and that were supposed to be at Expo, but I forgot that box and I didn't bring it home today to show because it's heavy in metal. So I was going to do a live at the shop with all the new stuff, metal wise, like the tilt up Sasquatch mount. I know a lot of people are waiting for that.
Even got asked about that a couple times at Expo.
Because I told people I was bringing it to Expo and
Yeah.
I was, but then I didn't because a 4x8x4 crate only fits so much and you think you have it all in there and then you don't.
It was packed.
Yeah. Not as bad as Trans World though.
No,
I've
Transworld was
learned
a little tighter.
bit after that. Like
Yeah.
after Trans World, I learned and it wasn't as bad, but it still was pretty bad. I don't know. But yeah, that's where we're all with metal and I feel super bad. But trust me, you're all going to get it. You're all going to be super impressed with the quality and it's going to last you forever. It's just going to be a little bit later than we anticipated. And that's the same thing with MD 1500s. They're coming. They're a little bit later than anticipated because, again, I was making last minute changes to the mold because I got the mold from AFL who owned Cable Guard, but they were dismissing that 1500 box because the mold broke. So we had 95% of the mold. We had all the pieces. We just had to fix it. And that's what we were going to do. And then I was like, well, if we're going to go through all this trouble, spend all this money to fix the mold, why don't we do some modifications to the mold? So then that, delayed everything. But we are making a much better 1500 than we had in the past. We are actually making a 1500 more designed for what we do.
The hobby.
A hobby purposed 1500. So hopefully it's worth the extra weight. And I am sorry for the people that ordered them a long time ago and have not got them yet. If you don't watch this, we are also sending an email out kind of updating everybody on all the pre-orders that are a little behind because I need this learned not to touch things after I design them. But that's really hard. And that, I don't know. It's tough because that's not how I am. Like I want to like make everything better all the time, but it's hard to be like, I'm done with this. It's not going to get better, but we'll see. What about you, Brian? How's emails? How's craziness?
It is absolutely crazy, but we now have a new guy on the books that's helping us out, helping me out tremendously. He started this week. We finally got him into Zendesk. Robert Petty is now basically taking over the majority of emails.
I thought we gave him a nickname.
In. We do need it.
No, I thought, you weren't there at game night on Saturday night?
Saturday night? Yeah.
These ladies who do a drive-through in Washington gave Petty the name of Grandma or Grandpa. One of the two, because of his fitter was very fitting for an older person.
He's like the youngest one we have.
Me?
I'm not the old man anymore in this.
Oh man.
But
I'm loving that.
Yeah. Mattos Designs. The youngest guy is the guy who owns it. Everybody else pulling from the retirement pool. No. Sorry. Only one I think is retired is Brian.
Oh yeah, but
yeah,
no, he's taken over, and which has helped me out tremendously this week. If it's a customer that I've already been dealing with, I'm going to get back on emails tomorrow to get with them. They'll already have it by the time this airs. So, but a lot of extra stuff that I'm doing that I actually have time to do now. So,
yeah,
definitely
I
going
said
to
like
work
2
out.
weeks ago we were going to do this again, and then here we are now.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Finally,
So should we get to showing some new stuff that we promised to show at Expo, but then our booth was just too slammed all the time? And then
yeah.
anytime there was like 3 people in the booth, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go pee. And then I'd take off. Then I would come back, and then Brian would disappear to go smoke
Yeah.
with the other smokers. I need to stop.
Smoking.
They were all talking to people, so that's when I darted out.
Yeah. So what do we had 6 people on our Airbnb, which was
3 and 3.
It was 3 and 3. We had and it was funny because I was like, I'm just gonna pick this house because it has like 6 bedrooms and it could sleep 8. This is gonna be perfect. I did not know it was a duplex. So Brian got there first, and he took it upon himself to put the smokers on one side of the duplex and the non-smokers on the other. It was a little shady though, because like one room had 2 beds, and then like one of the master-ish room had a staircase in it that went to the 3rd room, and both sides were exactly the same. So whoever got the attic room when they had to pee in the middle of the night, they have to sneak through the other person's room.
Went through,
yeah. And there was a couple times like I was working on my phone in the middle of the night, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And he tiptoeing through the room, and I'm like, and it was like one of those like cartoon tiptoes, you know, the hands are up and he's on his toes trying to get across the room, and I'm like, you don't even walk that loud. Just calm down. And it scared the crap out of him because he didn't even know that like I was awake. But I was like, you did not see the glow from your phone? And he was like, no, I was just worried about tiptoeing through. I was like, you look like a creeper. But
creaky wood floors. You had to like circle the loud spots and walk around them. That's what Bernie did. He's like, I know places I can't step because I don't want to wake you up. And I'm like, I'll fall right back to sleep. So
well, Saturday night after I came back from the game night thing, I got back to the house at like, I don't know, 2:33. So I'm like, okay, I'm going up the stairs trying to be quiet as hell. I'm like, okay, look, they put new screws in these stairs. I'm going to step on the new screw. That was a horrible idea. Apparently where the screw is the loudest step. Like I thought for sure, like, okay, brand new screw, that's going to hold it. It's not going to squeak. Nope. So I came in as loud as you possibly can going upstairs. So,
but see, it's Murphy's Law. The quieter you try to be, you're actually going to be not Murphy's Law, but the quieter you're trying to be, the louder you will. I know. I'm trying to think.
Oh boy.
But always the case. But it was a good time. It was awesome. It worked out great. Expo was one for the books. It was an excellent experience. Tons of new faces. Finally putting letters on a screen to actually faces or voices on the phones. My phone rings so freaking much. But that's really nice. That's cool.
It was pretty amazing experience at Expo. The amount of people who loved the Evo, the people that showed up on Saturday because the Zoom room or they were seeing it online and they weren't coming to Expo, and like the people that showed up just to see the Evo in person, I thought that was pretty cool. I've had like 3 or 4 people tell me that. We had somebody fly in just to see the Evo.
The Evo with the naked eye. I mean,
like I was like, wow.
Well, and that's just like what I told you. The videos, the pictures that you'd been sending me all along, just it doesn't give it justice by actually looking at it in the naked eye and seeing just the type and the illumination that it puts out. It's awesome. And I love it. Tuesday night when we got there and started playing with them, I used a lot of adult words that expressed my feeling toward them.
I was still, because normally, I'm not gonna lie, but like I'll post something in like our group chat and Brian's like, that's awesome. right? Like immediately. Brian, I don't know. I tell him that I'm going to start firing him if he doesn't dislike something for once, right? But he's always like, "This is awesome. This is awesome." I post the Evo, and he's like, "That's pretty cool." And it wasn't as like this normal awesome. So I was like, "Okay." So I was terrified Wednesday and Thursday morning, absolutely terrified. Even though that they saw him in person and they loved him then, but then I was like, "We're face to face. Like, are they just being nice?" You know. So I was terrified on, because there's a lot of time and money and stuff that went into designing this, making it happen, because it like there was a version of it, a version of it at Transworld, um, that was huge. It went a 20 millimeter hole. I don't know if some of you saw it. It turned into my flip it prop, and that was the way we can make a flip it prop.
Mm-hmm.
And we had like 2 strands of like 10 there, and I hated them. I was like, "There's no way you're gonna get somebody to come out with all new Coro, put all new holes in it, put a 20 mil hole and everything. Then you can't get as close, and it's just nobody's gonna love this just to be able to lay it flat." So basically, I scrapped that whole design, and then I went back to my cardboard and my Sharpie and drawing stuff up and texting people and be like, "Hey, you got a 3D printer? I need some stuff 3D printed so I can make." Because originally I was gonna like, okay, here's the idea. I'm gonna take these. I'm gonna make them myself all here. 3D print me these. I'm gonna make a silicone mold. Then I'm gonna use the silicone mold, and then I'm gonna pour epoxy in them, and then make my prototypes. Yeah, then it all happened. It was a lot easier just to send drawings, have PVC molds made, and then have the moldings come without lights in them, make sure they run to work, and then make some changes, and then get them with lights in them, and then make some changes, and then change the lights, and then change the wire, and then change the wire, and then change the lights. And then there was a lot of going back and forth and getting samples and samples and samples and samples and sharing them in the group, and people being like, "Oh, those are cool," but no excitement, no excitement at all. Just those are cool. So, but
They were cool. Now they're flipping amazing.
Oh, okay.
And I would use another word for that.
We're
I'm trying to keep it
face-to-face
PG.
again.
So
So let me see. Let me see what you think. My camera's gonna follow me all the way to the ground. It's gonna show my whole dirty garage. So we got this prop from Expo, and I don't even know if this tester's plugged in. It was just in the desk. I was just gonna show the prop and like how easy the Evos go in and out, but I guess we could light them up. I don't know how it's gonna work in this camera. It's kind of, they're not that blurry in real life. This camera's making it look a little more blurry.
Yeah.
But this is my favorite part.
Totally flat in the front.
This being like semi-flat, so you could still like do this with it, Like what other Coro prop can you literally set on your table like that,
Yeah.
And like do this. I'm like super excited how they came out. And then like my favorite part about it is this. Now I'm either going to look dumb or really cool right now, because I have to try to find one that I know which way they turn.
Know which way to turn it.
Oh, there we go. Perfect.
Watch the flutes.
So like they just have the little nubs on them, right? And then you just line them up with the relief cuts most Coro has. And then you just turn it. And it ain't coming out. It's like, it's in there. So like, that's what I love so much about the Evos. So, all right. We've talked enough about Evos for the last 2 weeks. We did a lot of hype, and then a lot of like, boom, here they are. Check them out. So hopefully everybody likes them.
Well, there was 6 of us, and with BSing, it took us 2 hours to punch 4,800, almost 5,000 pixels.
These are the easiest pixels I've ever pushed, but I've never heard somebody complain so much about pushing pixels.
Who?
Petty.
Yeah, I should have noticed that.
Like
he did put gloves on,
but he didn't. Like, it was weird because like it wasn't that he needed gloves. Nobody else wore gloves, and we were just flying through them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then like he sat on the couch to do a strand, and then he was gone.
He went to the table in the kitchen.
I think he mentally screwed himself. Like, this is going to suck. I hate pushing pixels. And then once he started doing it, like he admitted he didn't need the gloves and stuff, but like
Yeah.
he mentally screwed himself up thinking it was going to be a pain and was like, I didn't come here to push pixels. What's this shit? You got 4,000 pixels to push in like
But
tonight?
he knew he had them though.
But he was like,
Yeah.
he mentally like freaked himself out. Like, we're never going to push all these pixels tonight and get to sleep and go set up tomorrow. Or like, because we already set up all that day. So he was like tired. And then he was like, I don't want to push that. And then we pushed them. What was there, 6 of us? We pushed
6 of us.
4,000 pixels in like less than 2 hours.
3
It
old
wasn't
guys.
like we were racing. We were just bullshitting and doing it.
3 old guys, 3 young guys, BSing along the way, and
I guess I got caught up in the bromance.
Who's the young guys and the old guys then?
you, Robert, and Steve, and then the old
Steve's
guys.
almost as old as you.
War is young men dying and old men talking. You know this.
And Petty's, I don't know. How old is Petty? Petty's got to be up there because I believe he just celebrated like his 30th wedding anniversary or something.
20 or 25th, 25th, wasn't it?
25th, right?
25th, yeah.
So even in Virginia or wherever he's from, right? If he got married at 15, he's still
I
up
always,
there.
I always tease him about being West Virginia, but no, he is Virginia.
Yeah. But like, even if he got married at 15, he's still 40 years of married, like being alive. So he's definitely older than me. He's more of like a David Peace old.
Yeah, there you
go. But yeah, so most people like don't want to just hear us complain. They want to see the new stuff.
What else you got?
This is kind of cool. Let's see if this will do it again. This is, had these there to show off, but we never got to show them off at Expo. And this is not counted to like the 17 new things or whatever we said coming out, but like this is our new instruction book for the Sasquatch. It's all like real papers.
Oh, right on.
I tell you what tools, and then like that you need your mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese, please.
You got to have the mac and cheese.
I don't want to like spoil it for somebody, but like,
got to have the break.
You know, when you get to this point, it's time to have a break for some mac and cheese.
Amen.
So yeah, we got like real books of that now. Let's see what else. Oh, here's like the most pointless thing that I had made. I was so excited about these. These are a long time in the works. And yes, I was working on the Evo at the same time, but I also, you know, when something like comes out way better than you planned it to be, that's what happened with the Evo. Like I was trying to make something easier. Ideally was just, the point was to flat mount it. You know, I wanted something that I could flat mount, be able to put up against something, maybe make a flip it. And that's the whole thing driving this. Well, I accidentally made it super easy to push pixels too. So like these casted aluminum like pushers, I tried to show them in the live the other day, but apparently my live like cut out.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
These are cool. They're never going to break on you. And it's all casted aluminum. Like if you wanted to drill this out and tap it and put it in your drill press, not recommended, but you can. And then like, you know, like you could drill other holes in the bottom of it and like mount it more securely and stuff. It's not going to break like your 3D printed ones, but they're cool. And they're anodized blue. Originally, we weren't going to do it anodized blue. And I think you said, why don't you get them in blue?
To do them in blue. Yeah. Because they were silver before. So
yeah.
Yeah.
But anodizing them in blue didn't add nothing to the price or anything. So I was like, might as well.
Yeah.
But now I feel like, yay, here's something that I'll probably never sell now.
You could still use the strip bar.
Yes,
because you'll really be able to fly through. Yeah, you'll be able to fly through Evos like nothing.
Pretty sure this ain't gonna.
The pusher.
I don't think it'd work on it. Like, there's no point. No. Like, because you don't even have to push. You just slide it in and turn it. So yeah, maybe mini gifts.
There you go.
All right, so I don't know what do you want to see, Brian? Tell me.
But wait, there's more.
I got like a bunch of the mount stuff. I got some anchories. I got the. You want to go through all the casted aluminum stuff?
Yeah, because that was actually quite a bit of stuff that got moved to cast aluminum, wasn't it?
Yeah. So we got the motor mount. It is now casted aluminum. So if you needed to drill through it or anything, you can easily add holes to mount this to any surface that you want. And this will stand off the new 2.0 and the original motor. So you'll be able to have the motor mount it, run the bolts through it, and mount that to any surface super easy. Now with these billet or casted, not billet. I didn't polish it. They're just casted. And then we have the spinner for the new motor. Now these are only going to be available for the new motors. I'm sorry. But so we have that in casted aluminum now too. And then we have a crying Johnny. See, this is just like a regular professional triers. Like we
It
are
is.
back to normally scheduled programming. Brian, why don't you tell them about something at Expo? Why I talked to Johnny.
So hi. Of course, now I can't even. I talk all the time. I don't know. I sat behind the computer the whole time. I think so. It was kind of rough. I did get to see some familiar faces and then meet some new people, but the anchors, which JR, I don't know if he brought those with him. The ease anchors, anchor ease, were a huge bit. You got them?
No,
No,
we don't have the anchor eases because we practically sold out of the first batch at Expo.
I got them in the garage.
Yeah, it's okay.
That's it.
Sorry, we had a big sister bite
Oh,
his hand because the little brother apparently punched him. I don't know. I don't believe any of them.
No.
In the house, they should have been going to complain her. So back to the aluminum stuff. I don't know what Brian was talking about, but I'm sure it was great.
Just people at Expo.
I don't know if we should be talking about people at Expo. Be a whole nother website of like people at Walmart.
Yeah, there you go.
No, actually, there's nobody like that at Expo.
I did get a really good picture of somebody getting into a Uber off the airplane that reminded me, oh yeah, we are definitely in the South.
Oh, when we were going to the
that
Airbnb,
was interesting.
If we went down that one road, there was that bus stop that looked like it was a zombie meeting. I was wondering how some of these guys were like, they were pulling off like some full Michael Jackson moves.
Michael Jackson.
But like to the point where like we're stopped at the stoplight and I'm looking over there going, how is he not falling on his face yet? What is going on over there? And I'm like, whoa, they have a lot of Mexicans here. So
yeah, there was some interesting, and I don't like Kentucky cuisine. Everything was so salty to me.
You're
I don't
from
like
Kansas.
it.
How do you not like?
I like salt. I cook with salt, but everything was like covered in.
I thought the salt might cover the taste, sir.
No, that was an okay. That was a good meal, but the next morning breakfast, because we went there
It was
for
very fancy.
evening. Yeah,
Bernie said so. That was like,
and it wasn't good.
I don't even know if it was Kentucky food. I think it was more hipster than it was.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah,
pizza
when I
place
gotta
is
have
good.
turkey,
went there 2
biscuits,
nights
and
in a row.
gravy.
The pizza place where they the waitress wanted to put poison pizza for Robert Petty. That was great.
That wood-fired brick oven pizza, you can't go wrong with that stuff. That's
They went there twice.
Oh yeah, 2 nights in a row we went there. That's good stuff.
So, and then we have for the new motors, the longer cam out of casted aluminum.
Nice.
So no more problems with it wobbling or anything. That's the big thing we did with the motor was we put 2 flat spots on it now. So you're not going to get that play in it that we had with the sheet metal like cam on it. So we're making, and all the motors come with an aluminum casted cam on it, just the medium size one, like straight out of the box. Then we have the small one, all cool and stuff. And
Short
then
through.
The one thing that we did add that is not for the new motor is we added these for our wiper motors. So these actually will work on anybody's wiper motors. So this is a casted aluminum cam. Got a little like stack up and give you a little different positioning. So that will work on that. And then we have a longer one too, right here. So if you got those wiper motors, you could do a lot of cool stuff with them. Yeah, everybody's like, oh, great. You know, Mattos Designs came out with like 17 new things. It's all these little casted aluminum pieces. You know, he's going to go through them all. No, that's it for that.
All those orders that I sent out today.
Yeah. that was all those like I want to I was like, I need to make this better. How can I make this better? And then I'm like, ooh, casted aluminum. Oh, okay. I'm gonna do this. It was like once I opened that can of worms, I kept going. I guess these aren't new, but I think they're pretty. So I'm gonna show you guys them. And then I'll show you the new mount thing. But
So, Bobby, if you're listening on your phone, you're gonna
you might want to watch
this
on a
later.
video.
Yeah, you're gonna want to watch this later.
So these are our new boxes for all our mounting stuff. The mount systems. They got the Sasquatch on them. Our barcode now to help prevent the wrong stuff going in the boxes. Not saying that's going to help.
I was gonna say.
We, when Johnny has to come in and fix a problem,
Yeah,
got a problem. So we got maker mounts, one pushes. I like the new one push logo. Reminds me of like the old, like when I was growing up, going to the sprint car races.
Yep.
And the siding mount box and the strap it mounts. So yeah, that's the new mount boxes. And then we have the new Easy Mount Pro, which a lot of people have been asking about. And I really hope all the pieces are in this box. So this is the Easy Mount Pro. A lot bigger box than all our mounting, a lot of bigger box than the original Easy Mounts. Because there's a lot more to them. You get 10 of them in a box, and then you get some never sees because you got aluminum on aluminum. And you have the standoff, which is now the same size as 3/4 inch conduit. So you could put a maker pipe on this and change it. But the big thing that my wife did not like about my Easy Mounts that are all over our house, there's probably like 40 of them, is they're sticking out and they're there. Even though if I paint them to match, they're still like sticking out. So these, I don't know if you could see this clear, but you mount this to your house, straight to your surface like that. Boom, screw it on. That is all that sticks out on your house is that piece, right? Then it's threaded. So when it's time for your show, you just thread on. You put a little never sees on it because aluminum on aluminum and changing temperatures in my goal. Put a little never sees on it, screw on your standoff, right? Till it's flush against the house. Then you have this mounting point with the M8 hole. So you could use the one push or any of our other mounting things or just to bolt it on. And then
That's awesome.
You take it off in the off season. And then we also throw in the kit, if you want to, these covers for them. So if you had a place that's got extreme temperatures and all this other stuff, and you're worried about the aluminum getting galled and messed up, you could put these plastic covers. They're plastic, but they're a material that you could spray paint and paint to match your house. And then you just screw those over the thing. So then instead of that big long standoff, you have this nub that looks more like it's supposed to be on a house, painted to match. So that is what the Easy Mount Pros are. They're to give you more of a professional finish to your
So
house.
go to your right hand real quick. The mount that you, because I know I'm going to get emails on this. What size is the hole for mounting?
Okay,
Can you
so
use Tapcon
here's the other
screws?
thing. You can use Tapcon screws. We did the countersink a lot bigger to take this big M8 threaded screw, wood screw. You don't have to go this big, but we have it this big. So it comes with screws, but if you want to put a Tapcon in there, you're going to have room to have that. It also now comes with the Ellen head screws also in it. So you
Awesome.
have everything you need to make these work, except for the one pushes, if that's what you want to do. I use all one pushes on my house because it's easy for me to switch from Halloween to Christmas. And since I'm talking about one pushes, I need to show you what's most important about our one pushes, especially since there's others now. Others, so these ain't rocket science, these come from my background in race cars and stuff like that. My family had a race car. These are race car hood latches, right? They're made, they're durable, they're going to last. You go 200 miles an hour with them and get destroyed, and they're still going to work. So they'll work for our needs. The problem is if somebody just goes and orders off the shelf hood latches, you only got like maybe a 1/2 inch, not even, I would say 3/8 of an inch of usable threads when you put the nut on to try to bolt something on, because you're just bolting through a sheet metal or fiberglass hood to hold it on. And then you get the thin 5/16 bolts. Well, yeah, they're thin 5/16 bolts because they're what they're going to use on a race car, and they're longer, and they're to go through a tube or into the radiator support, and you can bolt them on. We like these aren't just off like everything we do. Like we may steal an idea from something else, like the race car hood latch, right? But we knew from the get-go that that was not going to work. That was not, they sell them all over Amazon. They're dirt cheap. It's not going to work for what we need. So we went and we drew up and designed a new one, a bigger one to work for what we need. Like we're all about making things exactly for what we're doing, not just finding something and adapting it. We're all about making it perfect for what we need. So we did that. And then we went and made these thicker, and we made them the M8. So then they work with our mag mounts, because our mag mounts were M8 because the casting we had done, they did it in M8. So then, and the easy mounts were M8. So we just standardized that with all our mounting stuff. But M8, it's still a metric screw. Orchard Supply, everybody sells it. It's a very standard size. It's not like it's not a Mattos 8 thread that I just magically decided like I'm going to make my own thread. It's just a regular metric thread. So you could do a lot of stuff. There's a lot of cool stuff on Amazon with T-slot that take an M8 screw, all kinds of other mounting things, because we're on the verge of doing a lot of cool stuff with T-slot and our new trim that we brought. I don't have a sample of it here because it's all in the crate. Our new trim that we brought to Expo that we made. Brian, what is that shape? An octagon, right? Was that an octagon?
Yeah, the octagon
Right.
shape. Yep.
So I don't know, like we never filmed or talked about it, but it was in the background a lot. We did an octagon out of our new trim. And what our new trim does is you could either have a 20 millimeter plastic like push-in node, very similar to what we do on our matrix panels, or possibly the Evo. We made a piece, but we weren't exactly happy with trying to put the holes with the reliefs in it and put it in the same. We might do it like strip. That's not 100% official yet. You could do all this stuff, and we built a T slot that's a standard T slot size on the back of it. So we could build like this octagon, or you could make window frames, or you could do all this stuff with it. But then it uses the M8, so we could like adapt and do more stuff with it too. There's going to be like, I'm super excited to see what people do with their imagination with what we're doing with the T slot on our trim, because you can make anything. You could, if you spend enough time, you can make a arch or like a big fan all out of trim. So I think I'm pretty excited about that. But yeah, that's our one push, and Brian is apparently not even enjoying this conversation anymore.
I took a few pictures, but I was hoping I got a picture of it, and I didn't.
What, are you gonna just hold up your camera to the phone, the screen?
Well, no, I was gonna send it to you,
and then
so
Bobby,
we can put it in the
Bobby,
comments.
and then Bobby's gonna be like, I can't even see
really?
that.
Really?
The one guy that's gonna listen to us coming back, we're showing all this stuff on video, and he's gonna be like, this is crap. What the hell?
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's our one pushes. So yeah, there's a lot to them compared to just the standard hood latch that others might be selling now and stuff like that, because we spend the time to design them. Yeah. What else we got? It's back. Oh, so I don't know if I should show these yet. Let me show the regular ones first. Hold on. Johnny's back. Brian, do you have another interesting story to tell about Expo?
Sure.
Sorry, Bobby.
I did get surprised by Bobby showing up down there, because I was telling Mike that was coming out of New York that he needed to throw Bobby in the trunk of his car and bring him down with him, because I knew he was coming. So, but yeah, we did. The heck was that place called? Event Lexington, where it was
Activate Lexington.
Activate Lexington, that's what it was. But yeah, we went there with a large group of people, and a certain group of people all showed up in like workout
the
gear.
LOR people were in like workout gear, and we showed up, and I'm like, what did we just decide to? I was like, I thought this was a game place. I was like, activate. Are we working out? I'm not working out. I don't. Does this look like it works out?
It's aerobics and gymnastics.
Yeah.
In the hospital. No, we
Yeah.
don't know
So
why.
no, it was actually pretty fun. It had 8 rooms, and each room had at least 4 games in each
I don't know.
room.
I only did one of each room because
Yeah.
well, we're not active. They definitely get you sweaty games.
That first room we went into was
like
a workout. You
if
had to
you've
find
seen
the
that-
colored square.
Yeah, if you've seen like that TikTok video where you see people are running across the room trying to get on these light up squares. With the Mattos crew, first run, we get in there like, oh, you're gonna go in this room. Bernie bails before we even go in the room.
Yeah.
These activities and workout clothes, and Bernie's like, I'm gonna hang out in the lobby.
Yeah.
And he bailed. And then I had the rest of the M team
The Mattos
in this
crew.
room that was probably about 20 feet by 10 feet.
Yeah.
And it would light up these 4 squares or 5 squares in the color
Across the entire room.
and it would announce
floor.
a color, and you had to run across the room and stand on them. If you were on the wrong color, you would die.
Yep.
That was crazy. We did pretty good. We made it a couple levels. Later on in the night, I did
Yeah.
it with like Tom and Tater, and who else was there? I don't know. We kept changing rooms, so I don't remember who was in that one.
Yeah.
But we kept doing stuff. We had to like throw baseballs and shoot laser guns and
Basketballs.
basketball. Hide
Oh, yeah,
behind
to do the wall.
the rock climbing wall.
The rock climbing wall across the wall.
Yeah, sorry, Tom, but
Some of them were out of reach.
I got the taller ones for him. So, but yeah, it was a good time. We definitely did that. So now back to other new stuff because people have been complaining that we were coming out with all this new stuff and didn't show it. And I'm sorry, we had a plan. I bought this fancy little like microphone that went on my phone. I bought the camera that follows me, so nobody had to be good at filming me. And we were going to show all the new stuff, and we didn't even get to show Evos like we wanted to. Like we planned. So it was crazy. And we are doing a happy water. It is. Sorry, don't judge me. If it was me, it would be a Capri Sun, but my wife doesn't buy those.
So it's a happy water?
It's water in a bag like Capri Sun. It's great.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Never heard of it before.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not water. Johnny's telling me differently. What is it? Not water. It's just called happy water. All right. So other new thing that we brought there. It's not 100% new because we've actually been shipping them out already, but we do have our own bungee balls now.
Nice.
Fancy little baggie. And you get 8 of them per bag. And last time I checked, we're cheaper than Amazon. So I'm trying to do that as much as I can when it comes to this stuff. And now we have Faye. What's up?
Side 2 of the story.
All right. So now she's waving. But yeah, so we got those things. So I don't know. I wish I could show you them, but I don't have them here. They're not home. I haven't built them, but you can't. You're gonna put your face on the table. There's my kid that wants to be
She's got to be in the shot.
I gotta be in it here. Look here. Say hi. Hi. Say I'm Faye. I had cheerleading camp today, and apparently I bite my brother. So, okay.
Side 2 of the story.
He punched me.
Okay, go back inside. So, besides these, see, this is so professional tryers. It's like we never stopped doing it.
There you
My
go.
kids are older now and their stories are better. So my tilt up trees. Hopefully some of you saw it. I got to show a lot of people there how they work, how we basically will take you take one of the pins out of the legs that fold up, and you basically take that tree and fold it down like this with half the hoop on, put all your strip on, put your lights, whatever you're doing, hook it to the hoop on that's there, tilt it up, put the hoop on, and then do your things. So these were supposed to be at Expo, but I forgot to bring them, and I had them, which is sad. These are my bungee clips. they're going to come in a little bag, the same thing. They're on their way. But so if you see this tube right here, now I should go back to like the other preset, but so this tube right here fits in strip. So what you do with these is you turn them sideways like this and you push them through the strip hole and then you pop it out and then it locks itself in the hole of the strip. And then this will hook onto the pre-cut holes into the tilt up base.
Mm-hmm.
So this is designed to hold your strip on the tilt up trees. So again, these are going to come in 8-packs or with a complete tilt up tree kit to make your life a whole lot easier. So you'll use these on the bottom, carabiners on the top. Just make it super easy to put your strip on there. What else we got, Brian? What else should we show? You have nothing there, huh? You didn't take nothing home.
I didn't take anything home. I have my snowflake with Evos.
Oh yeah.
Taking that to Utah at the end of the month. So if you're going to be in Utah, you'll see them in real life.
We're trying to get them. If you have a mini coming up and you haven't hit us up for free stuff at Mattos Designs or anything, hit us up. We give stuff to minis. You could ask anybody. We give a lot of stuff to minis.
What size box?
But and my mini is just gonna hang out here. Let us know. We will try to get you some Evos there for people to play with and touch and see in real life. Because I think that's the important part with the Evos is seeing them in real life because they are literally like nothing you've ever seen. So playing with them in real life is good. So the other thing we got new is some people noticed it, some people didn't, because even though we had it on our front table at the Dragon controller, we really didn't do a good job telling people about it because we were too busy. Is our new Dragon outdoor PoE network switch. So you're like, oh, we don't use PoE. Why do you have PoE network switches? Well, it's waterproof and it's pretty. But also, here's the cool thing is I don't have the injector because it's in the crate. All of them are. This is your waterproof network switch. Notice something missing? Power cord. That's because you use the injector at your start of your run and by your laptop or whatever. And then you run your network cable out to this. And this will go out to 4 other like controllers, but this doesn't need an AC cord. So you don't need to place this somewhere that you already got power. You're just stealing the power for it from the Ethernet cable that you're running the injector on wherever your start of your computer is. And then you could also even add another one of these out of the PoE out of it and daisy chain it down the line and give yourself another net set of network switches. Not only will it pass the data, will it power the next one down the line. So we have this one, which is our, I think this is the Pro one, right? This is the 5-port. They're both 5-port. One of them is a little bit better. This one is the gigabit one, right? So this one's got more power. And then we have another inexpensive version that is just like the good old 100 megabyte one, like what the controller switches have on it. That is basically designed for either like if you got 4 controllers, you could go out and run your network out to it, which will power it and then go out to your 4 controllers. Or like after this one, like you'll go from this down to those and then we'll go out to your 4 controllers. So that's designed. It's easier. It's waterproof. No big bulky enclosure. You just got this that slides off. Your wires are going to slide in there. As long as you mount it, please mount it correctly up like this. You're going to be waterproof. And then you slide this on and it locks it all up. You're not going to get drip inside. You'll be good. So we got these. I believe they're in the store, right, Brian? Maybe in the store. Going to be in the store.
Going to be in the store. Yes.
So we have these bad boys. Then what else? I didn't bring all like new 17 things. I got, and then the 3 locks. I've showed you guys this in a live. This is a little bit close up view. They are much better than they ever been. If you got the last ones and they sucked for you, I am really sorry. I tried. It's like my WD-40. I didn't get to 40. We got to 2. And I think these are the best ones you're going to get. We have individual channels for each wire. Can you even see that, Brian? Or is it
No,
too-
not really.
Okay, so it has individually channels for each one, so you can't overshoot it no more. Once you hit, you have them all level in there. You bottom out; they can't go too far.
Yeah.
They're
The
there.
stopper in the middle.
Yep.
Yeah.
The metal in the inside is longer, so once you press it down, it's going to bottom out on this thing. So if for some reason it lifts, like the other ones did from the vapor lock and freezing of the fluid, the stuff, you're still going to have connection. And these works on the Evos because our spec for our wire size goes down to what the Evos currently are at the samples. What they are going to be is a different story. The production run, but these work on our Evos, these work on our Pixels, these work on everything, and they're easier now. We have a very precise measured amount of goop in all of them. And so you're not going to get the over gooping that I think it was our second or third batch of the 3 locks had last year that caused a lot more problems for people.
Had a big old glob in it.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry about that.
it did. Yeah.
We ran out faster than we ever anticipated. So then we rushed them to make them, and that was a horrible mistake. But it made us adjust because if they worked just fine and didn't have any problems, we would have never got to version 2 this year and making them better. So now they're easiest they've ever been. They're super user friendly. You can't really screw them up. Adrian did them at the shop, knows nothing about pixels, and was able to make pixels light first try. So you should be able to get this. This is pretty easy now. So yeah, let us know. Give them a try. I'm guaranteed they're going to be a lot easier and they're going to work. And that's what I'm about my stuff is if it doesn't work, let me know and I'll do everything I can to make it right, but it's going to work now. What else? I got 2 more things to show. We got anything else to talk about by the Expo? Expo was fun. I got very minimal chances of walking around and seeing other people's stuff.
Yeah.
And that was because I took some shortcuts to go to the bathroom when I was running to the bathroom. I thought Experience Lights booth was cool with their little thing I'm not going to mention game of who could do it faster. And then
we should have raced him.
We should have, but then I
totally should have.
You know,
might be a SoCal race. Tell them to bring it to SoCal. We'll do a real race.
Yeah, Lee, load that up in the truck and start driving from Kansas, please. Come on, Brian. So yeah, so they had a cool booth. The escape room that Jordan built with their products in their booth was pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I never got to play it because I never had a chance. I thought David Pitts, his little displays for his boards, those look pretty cool. With the little Falcon logo on them and how he had them all on his table. I thought that was cool. Did you ever go on that aisle?
I did not even make it. I made it over there and I started talking to Walter Monkhouse and had to rush back to our booth. So I never had a chance to actually stop and look.
So those were cool. I just like glanced walking by and like stopped for a second. I didn't really, those were cool. I like Gilbert's tunnel they made out of the trim.
That was pretty cool.
That was cool. And that was funny because like I had a guy, Steve, over at the shop and Gilbert's posted that day. And I was just showing Steve like the T slot. And I was like, son of like, I was like, this was part of the design of the T slot is to be able to make stuff like that. And I was like, and they post that. I was like, damn it, Steve, did you tell them right now? Because, you know, it's physically possible to come up with a structure like that in a matter of a day or two, you know, but I made jokes and, so that was funny. We were on the same page of thinking. They did it a different way than I did. I went with redesigning the trim a whole way to be a system, I guess, that you could turn into things. And they made a cool aluminum structure that they added their trim on, which I thought the tunnel looked cool. It was
very cool.
Surprised what you could do with the trim. Culp had a cool little display over there. I didn't get much time over there because that aisle, it wasn't directly on my path to the bathroom. So I didn't go down that aisle much. What else was cool? I think. Oh, I did see, because I cut through the corner there, those guys that had like those buttons, they were like snaps that you screw onto the house. And then you could like snap a mount onto it.
I did not see that.
I thought those were kind of cool. And then I was like, well, that's similar to my Pro, but not similar because it was like, oh, you have this little thing that's like a button end, and then you could snap to it. But I was like, that wouldn't work for what I'm trying to hang, but that was a cool concept. I like that.
Yeah.
I think it was Reinders had that blanket with the Matrix in it. I thought that was pretty cool. Did you see that on the
I
first
did
row?
not. I missed so much.
It was behind David.
Oh, to see, I never made it up that way behind him at all.
See, I would go that way. I never made it down the aisle. Right. Like I saw Jackie's from our booth, but I never like went by Jackie's booth.
Yeah, because you had Tom Bet George down further.
Yeah. I
across,
went
kind
and
of across from Colt.
I went and bought a $25 t-shirt from Tom Bettendorf just because what it said on it. Not the magical light parts, but the on the back of it, it said, we don't do this because it's easy. We do this because we thought it would be easy.
Yeah.
And I feel that way all the time. So so I had to buy that shirt, and yeah, I think that's like the booths and stuff. So I have what?
We got it.
What?
Because of the group, well, I left it now because it was too distracting because I've been busy as all get out. But if you got a Mattos Designs pin when you were at Expo, click the bottom of it.
Because it lights in different colors.
There's we just found out recently that there was some people that didn't know that, and
yeah, we're in a group chat with like 40 people, and there's like 10 people that go, "It lights up."
It does what?
What? Come on, you think I would not have a pin that lights up?
Right.
So yeah, if you got a pin at Expo, it lights up, and we are not making fun of you for not knowing. Just saying.
Nope. A lot of people didn't know.
Yeah, and a lot of people didn't know. I found it funny that I rode in from Atlanta with people that morning, and I almost had the same exact people on the flight with me going out back to Atlanta to wherever we were going. But yeah, the last two things, because everybody's been bugging about all our new stuff, is regulated pixels are now in stock, and this is our new box. And they're sexy.
That's awesome.
And they look cool. Actually, they're not new, but for some reason they were in my stack of new stuff. So I don't have two new things. I only have one new thing. So here is the last new thing. It is, I got to change the camera because it's like really cool to look at. This is our new, got to find where the camera is, Anchor Ease ratchet straps. And you're like, everybody sells ratchet straps. Why are you selling ratchet straps? Not many people sell ratchet straps with 30 feet on it. So you could use it as a guy for your mega tree. So you could use these ratchet straps and go and tie down your big old skeleton or your tree or your witch or like any Home Depot thing or your Mattos mega trees. Comes in a 4-pack. Get this fancy bag. They're 1-inch nylon. They have 1,700 pound strength. I do not recommend them for towing, even though, or like strapping a load or anything like that, even though they are very compatible to the ones they sell at Home Depot with the strength and everything. They are not rated for that. They're rated to hold down your decorations. So let's use them for that. We have this very fancy rubber grip, and then the ratchet, it's got about 8 inches and then about 12 inches with the hook to mount. And then you have 30 feet of usable strap. So you could guide those big mega trees and stuff like that down with this 4-pack. And then you use our Anchor Ease ground anchors on the ground. And then you go to that, or you use the new feet that are coming for the end of the mega tree tubes. So now if you use a modular pole for your legs on your mega tree, you can slide in these new feet that go in there. And on these new feet, there's an eyelet on top of it. So you could hook one of these straps to it and then go to the bottom of your topper and guy wire that tree. Or, well, and so you could do that. And then at the end of that foot, there's a hole. So you could put an Anchor Ease in it. So also it gives you 4 points to mount around your tree with an Anchor Ease straight into a metal that is bolted to your tree. And then you could guy wire from that point up, or you could use the strap on the Anchor Ease to strap the 2-inch pole and then drive that into the ground next to it. So that is all the new stuff I have now. We will do another episode of new stuff once the crate gets here. And then we are going to get back to the regular, like, interviewing people. I think we're going to interview some of the new people on the Mattos Design staff first, go through them, introduce them, talk about their displays. Some of them have been on the show before, some of them haven't, but things have changed. Things are new. And then we're also going to talk about all the new shows coming and some of the old ones coming back. Maybe the Blinky one by Brian. I don't know if I could even handle that.
Oh, I gotta go. I'll be right back.
1,700 sequence sellers now.
Yeah, there's a bunch of
I don't
them.
know. I don't know if that show is even plausible in nowadays, with all of the, what do we call, sales people of sequences. So
Yeah.
but yeah. So got anything else, Brian? I don't know.
No,
I could spend like another hour talking about Evos and how like excited and how much work they took, like
yeah,
how we patent them, and like I'm going to do everything I can to protect that patent and like anything I can because of all the work and everything done it, because it's so out of the box. It's not like I was like, oh, I took this LED and I grinded the top of it off and it's new. You know, like there's a lot into that, and we're happy. We're super happy about it. We're excited for people to get them. We're excited to see what people do with them, because I feel like the possibilities are huge now. Not only like you could put them in Coro, but like, why does the Coro have to be 10 millimeter? Like it could be narrower now. You're not holding that big old pixel up. Like,
yeah, not that much
you
weight.
could have the Evo stick out if you wanted. You could have it flush. You could put stuff in front of it because it's so bright. You could hide the wires and cover the back of it. There's so many things you could do with it now. I'm super excited to see what people do with it. I'm excited that people get it in their hands, actually see it in person, all this good stuff. And now Faye is coming again, but we're about over. So I'm just going to ignore her, act like she's not here. Hopefully my fancy new camera that follows my face is not going to drag her through my messy garage. That hopefully won't be, I won't be stuck. I won't be stuck in this one position soon. Hopefully my shed will show up and I can put all this stuff back in the shed that broke.
If you do have a mini coming up and you haven't sent me an email yet, you can do it through the website, or you can send support at Mattos Designs an email. Steve over on the East Coast, I just printed your packing slip out today, so we'll be getting yours. I believe that is, oh my gosh, August 12th.
Yeah, so I got to send one to James too.
So yeah,
I need to like super speed that.
We need to do 2 rushes for the Utah stuff that I'm not taking, and the North Carolina stuff that Petty's not taking.
And James's mini, which
James
is this weekend.
Is it?
Uh-oh. Right? Is it the 27th already?
No.
Is it? Okay.
No, 20.
Not
no.
this weekend. I think it's the next
weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, that's too close for Shannon, so I would next weekend. But yeah. So yeah, I think that's it. You got anything else, Brian?
That's all I got, man.
Please let us know how horrible we are. If we should retire again, or if we need to continue doing this.
Our whole five viewers.
Yeah, our whole 5 viewers that come to every expo and complain to us that we need to bring the show back. I was trying to get it back before Expo, so we didn't get complaints
at Expo.
That didn't happen, and we got complaints at Expo. Not complaints. You can't really say it's complaining.
Nah,
it's just
inquiries.
Yeah, they some the 5 people actually like the show, and it's interesting. So hey, we're gonna keep doing it for those 5 people, and next time you come to a mini,
you know what? I'm gonna make a post on the Professional Trailers page right now that say, "Guess what we just did?" Oh, I touched my phone. I'm sorry. The magical sound.
And we're back. Bobby, I'm sorry. Yeah, that was Brian.
Some people know what that sound means.
Yep. Wait. I think this one's like the chill saying bye. Should we run that? Was that a yes? Bobby,
you asking me or Faye?
I was asking you.
Oh yeah, of course.
Hear me in this, except for here, but she can't hear the conversation. She can't hear what button I'm pushing.
Yes.
Okay.
How many buttons? Oh, we should take a tally on how many times is it going to take for you to find the right button.
Who do you think you are, David Peace?
That is not it. I thought it was the green button. The little tag says green button.
Is it close out?
Jordan.
Hey!
That's not it either. And nothing was not safe for Jordan on this one.
Just say lights out.
And if anybody wants to learn how to edit videos and you need some things to learn with,
Oh,
we would like you to be a professional trier of editing videos because our high schooler is
busy.
for our britches now.
I got a guy. That wants to do it.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Well, apparently Brian's got a guy. But if Brian's guy falls out, just message us. We might
Yeah.
some more, or we might overwhelm him because we are bringing every show back. And that means the Stoffersons are coming back. So that might need 2 editors. I'm just saying. Depends on the evening. Right? And Brian's not paying attention. Here we go again.
Look at me go. See,
Brian.
Look at me go.
Hey, look, I think I found it.
Bye, everybody.
Hey, look, there we go. All right.
All right.
See ya.
Later.
Bye. I don't know how to end the show anymore. It's been a while. So.
Stop record.
No, that's end meeting. That's not gonna.